You genuinely believe you're providing the best care, diligently watering or finding that perfect sunny window, but sometimes those nurturing instincts, your good intentions, are silent culprits. They're slowly suffocating roots or scorching delicate leaves, leading your beloved houseplants to an early grave, often without you realizing the fatal mistake. Over the next few minutes, we'll expose common houseplant myths and well-meaning but destructive habits. We'll reveal specific ways your daily devotion, from that extra splash of water to the perfect sunny spot, causes more harm than good. Here are 9 plants you're probably killing with kindness right now. Let's start with the plant many assume is indestructible, the low-maintenance starter, succulents. They're incredibly popular, gracing countless windowsills, but their ubiquity makes them a classic victim of misplaced affection. People get them asterisk because asterisk they're supposedly easy, then proceed to misunderstand their fundamental needs. These resilient beauties, like the echeveria or haworthia, naturally thrive in arid, sun-baked landscapes such as the Sonoran Desert. Their thick, fleshy leaves are designed to store water for weeks, but you treat them like they're flourishing under constant, humid downpours of an Amazonian rainforest, precisely the opposite of their evolution. That seemingly harmless extra splash of water you give them every few days, perhaps a top-up when the soil surface looks dry, is a death sentence. Their roots, accustomed to drought, become waterlogged in constantly damp soil. This cuts off vital oxygen, suffocating them. It's a slow, agonizing drowning from the roots up. The visual cues are stark. Lower leaves turn translucent and mushy, almost like they've been cooked, then a sickly yellow. This is the plant's cells rupturing from too much internal water pressure, a clear sign of severe root rot. Soon the stem turns black and soft, and the plant collapses, truly begging for mercy. Moving on, let's talk about the fiddle leaf fig, asterisk Ficus lyrata asterisk. This towering statement plant, with its large violin-shaped leaves, became an Instagram darling around 2015. You spent a fortune meticulously placing it in what you researched as the perfect sun-drenched spot near that south-facing window, expecting it to thrive. But after a week or two, you noticed a slight droop, or a new leaf wasn't unfurling right. Seeking that elusive perfection, you shifted it a few feet, chasing ideal light. Then you moved it again, perhaps across the room. This constant relocation is where things go terribly wrong for these sensitive trees. Fiddle leaf figs are absolute drama queens. They hate moving. Even slight repositioning forces reacclimation to new light and temperature, causing immense stress. Their response? A dramatic leaf drop. Prized leaves yellow and fall off. Find one spot with consistently bright, indirect light, ideally a few feet from an east or west-facing window, and never move it again. Plant number 3 on our list, orchids, specifically the ubiquitous Phalaenopsis. You've seen them everywhere. And you've almost certainly heard the seemingly foolproof tip circulating widely: just add a few ice cubes to the potting mix once a week. It sounds so simple, too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, it is. This isn't just a gardening mistake. For your orchid, this is a slow-motion plant horror story. These stunning epiphytes, often clinging to tree branches in Southeast Asia or Central America, are inherently tropical. They thrive in consistently warm, humid environments. Introducing frozen water directly onto their delicate roots is fundamentally antagonistic. The sudden extreme temperature shock from melting ice cubes literally freezes tiny, sensitive cells in their roots, causing them to rupture and die. This is significant cellular damage, like frostbite for a plant. These necrotic roots can't effectively absorb crucial water, preventing good absorption versus bad absorption, proper water absorption. It's a direct assault on their life support system. It's a slow, agonizingly cold death as their root system gradually fails. So, what's the correct, humane way to hydrate these beauties? Immerse the entire nursery pot in lukewarm water. Think bath water temperature, around 70-80 degrees Fahrenheit, for 10-15 minutes. Let it drain thoroughly. Allow the potting medium to dry out completely before repeating. This mimics a tropical rain shower. Now brace yourself for the undisputed drama club presidents, the Calathea, with their impossibly intricate patterns and vibrant, often purple undersides. Their leaves are truly a living work of art. You bought it for its stunning foliage. But let's be honest, yours are probably looking less like art, more like a burnt offering, crispy and brown at the edges. Why? Because unintentionally, you're poisoning it, slowly, Calatheas are highly sensitive about water quality. Standard tap water, often treated for human consumption, contains dissolved minerals and chemicals like chlorine, fluoride, and various salts. These accumulate in soil, absorbed by the plant, building up in delicate leaf tips, causing those telltale brown, crispy burns from the inside out. Next, let's turn our attention to the fascinating air plant, scientifically known as tillandsia. These unique epiphytes, often seen displayed in glass globes or perched on driftwood, genuinely seem to defy conventional plant care. The popular belief is they absorb everything, water, nutrients, and even good vibes, directly from the air, right? This seemingly simple concept, however, leads many plant parents astray. So, in an understandable attempt to make sure they're really getting enough hydration, you often overcompensate. You've probably read or heard that they need a good soak, and in your enthusiasm, you decide a nice long bath is just what the doctor ordered. Perhaps you leave them submerged for a full 24-hour soak, thinking more is better. This, unfortunately, is a big, potentially fatal mistake. Soaking them for more than 1 hour, especially if they're left sitting in water, invites rot. Water gets trapped deep within their tightly packed leaf bases, creating a perfect anaerobic environment for bacteria and fungi to proliferate. This leads to the plant's core turning mushy and black, a truly irreversible rot. A quick 30-minute bath weekly, followed by vigorously shaking them upside down to expel all excess water and allowing them to air dry completely, is all they truly need. Now for a plant that's practically legendary for its resilience, the snake plant, or Sansevieria trifasciata. It's often touted as the ultimate beginner plant, supposedly unkillable, surviving dark corners and months of neglect. Except, somehow, you're still managing to send this seemingly invincible plant to an early demise. The irony? Your attempts at good care are precisely what's doing it in. The two biggest culprits? You either place it directly in the scorching sun of the best, brightest, sunniest window you have, thinking all plants crave maximum light, or, perhaps more commonly, you dutifully water it on a rigid schedule, say every Sunday, without checking if it actually needs a drink. Both of these well-intentioned gestures are fundamentally wrong. The truth is, snake plants practically thrive on neglect. They are incredibly adaptable and prefer to be left alone. Low light, even a dimly lit corner far from any window, is perfectly fine for their survival, though they'll grow slower. The golden rule for watering: wait until the soil is absolutely bone dry, meaning the entire pot feels light, before a thorough soak. You're too attentive, let it be. Then we arrive at the mighty Monstera, specifically the Monstera deliciosa a true jungle behemoth. You've seen those stunning, mature specimens with their huge, deeply split leaves. You're so incredibly proud each time your plant unfurls a new, vibrant green leaf. But deep down, there's a nagging disappointment. Your new growth is persistently small, and crucially, those iconic splits or fenestrations aren't appearing. Many assume it's not getting enough light, constantly shifting its position. But the real problem isn't just light. It's the plant's lack of ambition. In its native Central and South American rainforests, the Monstera is an epiphyte, sending out aerial roots to cling and climb up massive trees. It desperately needs a sturdy moss pole or a rough plank to mimic this natural vertical ascent. This crucial support signals to the plant that it's mature enough, encouraging it to produce those bigger, more robust, and famously small leaf versus large leaf fenestrated leaves you crave. Number 8 on our list is the ever-popular pothos, or Epipremnum aureum *. Often the first plant for many new enthusiasts, it's renowned for its vigorous growth. You're probably delighted as its long trailing stems cascade down shelves, seemingly growing like crazy. But take a closer look. Despite the length, it's all stringy vines with sparse leaves, especially further back, looking more like a tangled mess than a full bushy plant. The root cause of this leggy appearance? You're afraid to prune it. You see those long vines and hesitate, thinking you'll hurt it, severing its progress. This misplaced kindness, this reluctance to intervene, is actually starving the plant of the very stimulus it needs. It's making it look weak and leggy, with long bare stems and just a few leaves clustered at the ends, instead of the dense foliage you hoped for. Pruning isn't an act of aggression. It's a vital part of plant care that encourages a fuller, bushier plant. When you snip a vine just above a node, That little bump where a leaf or aerial root emerges, you interrupt the flow of growth hormones, signaling the plant to activate dormant buds. This forces it to branch out, creating multiple new growth points from that single cut. So don't be scared. Think of it as a rejuvenating haircut that will ultimately lead to a much more robust and attractive specimen. Finally, we've reached number 9, ferns. You bring home one of these lush, vibrant green beauties, perhaps a delicate maidenhair or a classic Boston fern, envisioning a verdant tropical oasis gracing your living room. Instead, within weeks, those delicate fronds begin to shrivel, turning into crispy, brittle, brown messes that crumble at the slightest touch, often leaving a trail of debris around their pot in your home. A common, heartbreaking transformation. You're diligently watering it, ensuring it gets plenty of indirect light, and yet the crisping continues. What's fundamentally wrong? The air is simply too dry air versus humid air dry. Most ferns originate from the understory of tropical rainforests, where relative humidity often hovers between 70 to 90%. Your average home, especially in winter with heating or summer with air conditioning, might be a mere 30 to 40% humidity, a veritable desert compared to their native perpetually moist forest floor. They don't just need water in their soil, they need constant pervasive moisture in the air. Misting offers a fleeting temporary boost, but a dedicated humidifier running nearby is truly their absolute best friend for long-term health and lushness. So, it's time to reevaluate. Stop the misguided kindness that's actually causing more harm than good. Instead of guessing or applying one-size-fits-all rules, truly learn what your individual plants actually need. Research their specific origins and understand their signals. You'll transform from an accidental plant killer into a confident, intuitive plant whisperer. You've got this. Your plants will thank you.